What day did we say it was? 39? Good morning, it's day 39. I've been running around with my head cut off. That's not how you say it. I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off all day because it's a 0 day and I have 1,000 things to do and there's no sequence within which to do them. You have to do them all first before you can do the next thing. So I've been trying to manage that. Finally out the door, stopped at Steel Rails Coffee House to pick up a road coffee, and now we're headed to Asheville, which is about an hour away, because I ordered a backpack when it was, to take advantage of a really good sale, and we need to go pick it up. So quick trip to Asheville, probably lunch in Asheville, and then back here to finish the resupply, repacking, and all that. I've got my route planned out for the next 10 days, believe it or not, all the way to Damascus. And I'm riding with Angelita. Say hi. Turn your wipers on for a second. All right, just came out of REI with a new backpack. That won't fit. Here we go. Let's go this way. Anybody want to buy some windows? All right, so while I'm here, I'm going to go back inside and look at resupply, which is always a good bargain, and maybe even some shoes. Who knows? Just started raining. It's nasty. Broken Egg Cafe, I bet they have a good breakfast. Aww. Popping back into the REI to look at shoes and their resupply clearance section, which is always pretty good deals. So I got what I came for, but nothing to report on the shoes and clearance shopping. So now finding a place for lunch and heading back to Erwin. Oh, and we got to do some grocery shopping on the way back in. Rainy day at the Broken Egg Cafe. We find ourselves at the Ingles again, doing our resupplying run. This has got to get me at least to Station 19, if not Boots Off Hostel, so between 3, 4, 5 days on trail, thereabouts. But I think I'm all set, and I can supplement once I get to 19, and then my resupply box is getting to Boots Off Hostel, which will get me as far as Damascus and maybe a day or two beyond Damascus even. So I think I'm good heading to checkout. Yeah, we're driving back to Erwin from Asheville, and they ended up pretty much taking all day between the REI trip, the Ingles trip, the stop for lunch, and dropped in on a construction site that my day job back home that I'm running away from is under construction here in Asheville that I wanted to look at. I haven't seen since January. Altogether ended up absorbing most of the day. So we're headed back to Erwin to cook dinner while I package up my resupply and, button down the details for tomorrow's hike, which will be this next leg is going to have some long days in it. but I think my stamina and trail legs are capable of sustaining that, but we'll see. And I hope the weather cooperates. It's still kind of on the verge of being rainy, even though we were passing through some blue skies a few minutes ago. We're back in the rain right now. Good morning, it's day 40 on the Appalachian Trail. Where are we? You and I, dear viewer, are getting ready to leave Erwin. The weather was supposed to be bad today on paper. It said, you know, it's gonna be cold, low 40s, mid 30s at night, 80% chance of rain, and high winds. So I'm like, look, I've had my fill of hiking in that. I'm gonna slack pack from like Beauty Spot back to Incle Johnny's or vice versa. And turns out Beauty Spot Road is closed, or Unica Mountain Road to Beauty Spot is closed until further notice, or May or something. So I'm just gonna go as far as Indian Grave Gap, which is only 8 miles, so it'll take me like half a day to hike that. I just went to Incle Johnny's and dropped off most of my gear, and I'm gonna take a lightweight pack up to Indian Grave Gap and then hike back to Incle Johnny's. But as fate would always have it, how about that weather? Isn't it gorgeous? So I'm doing, you know, half of my intended mileage for the day on what looks like a beautiful day. Although it is pretty chilly, and it might rain later. We'll see. Running into Erwin right now to pick up some coffee. And I'm here with Angelita. We had a lovely time in Erwin and Asheville for this 0 day. I wish I could spend more time in Erwin. It looks like a cool little town, but we had to run to Asheville yesterday to get some gear at the REI. As you can see, my new backpack right there. I'll talk about that more later. So anyway, that's today's itinerary, and I'll check in as things develop. We're just walking around Erwin because it looked like a cool downtown to check out, but nothing's open yet. Everything opens at 10 or 10:30, and it's earlier than that, so probably gonna head for the trail here in about a minute. Get that over with. Anyway, it looks like a neat town though. We have arrived, well, there it is, at Indian Grave Gap. All right, leaving Indian Grave Gap. It is a chilly 16 degrees Celsius, I presume. I'll have to fix that. Headed back to Incle Johnny's. So this is my new backpack. It's the same backpack I had before. It's just the 2024 model. And I got it for about half the price of any other brand of backpack because I had a massive member coupon for REI. It's an REI Flash 55, and it is half empty, 2/3 empty, because I'm slack packing today. It's only like my second slack pack on this trip, and the first time I've done a reverse slack pack. Today is not a good day to use as an example because my backpack's quite empty, but a couple of things I'm already taking issue with on this backpack, and that is they replaced the center kangaroo pouch that was a stretchy mesh on the old design with a solid nylon panel that has some mesh on the sides, which would be fine, except that the mesh on the sides is not stretchy mesh, it's non-stretchy mesh, and I can't cram as much stuff in that pouch as I originally could, or previously could, which means I've had to rethink and rearrange all my gear.
He seems like a good boy.
He'll drag you up a mountain for free.
He will. That was nice.
Take your time.
I'm still 2 miles from Nolechucky River and Uncle Johnny's hostel, which is my destination for the day. It has been raining off and on for the last maybe mile, half hour. And so just to be on the safe side, I've deployed the garment. But it hasn't really gotten that heavy. But it's cumulative. I don't want everything to get wet if I can help it. There's some nice streams here. Let me do some scenery shots. Been running into a lot of familiar faces on today's hike. Since I'm slack packing southbound, everybody's passing me in the opposite direction. I haven't really seen that many people since lunch, but before lunch and at lunch, saw quite a few of the same faces I've been hiking around for like the last couple of weeks, which is, I guess, my group, my people. Nobody I'm hiking with per se, but we're always ending up at the same campsites and shelters and hostels every few days. So tonight I'll be staying at Incle Johnny's to get another bite of the hostel experience. And this is one of the most renowned hostels on the trail. It was packed full last night from what someone told me. And I was able to get looking down because it's rocky. I was able to get a hammock pavilion berth reserved first thing this morning before I headed out on the trail, so I'll be hiking into that, and hopefully we'll be able to get my clothes dried tonight if they get wet enough on this hike, which the rain started coming down a little bit harder just now. So I'm going to put my phone away and button down a little bit. Still some ominous clouds moving pretty fast across the ridge over there. Although this way it's rather beautiful and sunny. Oops, I'm on the wrong side of the wall. I didn't realize it did that. I guess I wasn't paying attention. That was comfy. Look how swollen the Nolichucky is. Followed the rules. Now I'm on the wrong side of the fence all the way down to there. I think I'm gonna be a rule breaker and step over.
It's like a hurricane out there.
Man, it suddenly got super cold and windy. I'm glad I hiked out when I did, and I'm undercover now. But, I hate to be in the woods doing this. I hate to still be hiking doing this, much less having set up in the woods before this started. It's bitter cold right now and just driving rain. And it's only like 4 in the afternoon. If I had done a long day, I would have still been out there for a couple more hours.
Those people are probably from somewhere else, and the people that are in Virginia are probably from somewhere else, and the people from Virginia go somewhere else.